Hello everyone, welcome to Telangana Exam Center. So we are continuing the series of economic concepts. These concepts are very important for all the examination, whether you are preparing for UPSC, TGPSC, APPSC or any other state PSC. You should be knowing the basics with the help of which you will understand the economics in totality. Plus it also helps you to speak up when you are writing the mains answer writing. Okay. Or when you are giving the mains examination. As you all know that 30 seconds of advertisement I generally do, please don't mind for that. Economy paper and formation paper, these two paper constitute 300 marks both in group 1, 2 and 3. So this two paper you can learn from me. I have like 10 years of experience teaching for these two papers. And if you just be a part of these papers, you will also get TGPSC complete current affairs. Indian current affairs will get, Telangana economic, socio-economic outlook complete you will get, plus any other assistance that is required for your goal to achieve. All that I will be giving to you. Along with that, complete mentorship is also included in that. Mentorship is not just how you are perceiving when I am talking about it. Mentorship is very well designed and organized, and if you just talk about only mentorship, it will take me 1 hour. Okay, so when you take a demo session from me, then you will be understanding what are the various components of mentorship and how we are going to actually approach for examination. This point you have to remember. I will just write it on the slide. Okay, in a very casual way, does not really mean that it has no value addition. It has a complete value addition from the start of your first class to the end of your last class till you crack your examination, right? So be a part of it. Empower me. In the description you are having UPI ID, or you can connect to me with the same number, and let us have a demo session. Let us strategize your approach, strategize your examination preparation, so that you will stand out little bit better than any other one, basically your competitors. So in your last class we have done about a resource, the meaning of it, and we have also done about economy versus economy. Then we have also talked about what is the meaning of welfare. In brief we have done it. Okay, every day whenever we are discussing the economic concepts, I will definitely tell you what we have done in the last class and the before class, because all the economic concepts, whether they are 500 or 1000, we have to study them, all of them. Okay, chalo, resource is over, economy versus economics is over, what is welfare is over. Today we are talking about types of economics, very important. Okay, with the help of which you will understand what kind of economics we are actually dealing with in our country. Here I am not talking about types of economy, which is like open economy or dual economy or orange economy or creator economy. I'm not talking about it. We are talking about economics. Okay, one, we are having positive economics, second one is normative economics, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Okay, so I will give you a brief understanding of what it is, and then we'll go to the slides and also see in a content manner. Positive economics is all about what numbers. Basically you can talk about quantitative aspects of economy, quantitative aspects of economy, number aspects of economy, okay, facts of the economy. You are, when you're dealing with any of this, then actually you are studying or you are describing the positive economics. When you talk about normative economics, it is basically the policy decisions that the government generally takes. And normative economics, as because the policy decision of any country is to provide the basic social goods, means whenever they utilize the resources, as we have already learned, whenever the government utilize the resources, they will always see that whether the use of resource will bring any good to the social. Social is nothing but here societal. Societal is nothing but here society. And that social good should be distributed among the population in a equitable, in a inclusive manner. This is also very important. Okay, but when you are using the resource, it is very important. Once upon a time we used to only call about what, utilization or harnessing of resources. Now we call it as what, sustainable use of resources is important. So utilize the resources in a sustainable way and make sure that you will reap a larger social good, okay, which is equitable and inclusive in nature. So basic understanding of these two I have given you. Positive economics is all about you describe what numbers, you describe what facts, you describe quantitative aspects, you describe anything with regard to percentages. That is positive economics. Remember this point. Okay. And you will also see here one important analysis also you do. This is also a part of positive economics only. Whenever you are talking about a number, you will see that if this number goes down, what will happen to other number? If this percentage or the like inflation decrease by 10%, then what impact it will have in the economy, on the consumption level, etc. So when you are dealing with positive economics, basically it is trying to show that any increase or decrease with regard to number, facts or percentage of any of the economic variable, what effect it will bring in the economy, that is called as positive economics in totality. So basically here you are studying cause and effect relationship also. Cause and effect relationship. So the cause is percentage decrease. What could be the effect on the consumption levels or in the circular economic money flow, right? Whereas in the normative economics, we will not talk about the numbers. We'll talk about that if we take a policy decision in this way, if we try to make a policy of national education policy, then what is the qualitative changes that we will like to have in the society? That is called as normative economics. And here basically you wanted to make sure that the society will get benefited in a larger way. That is normative economics. Micro and macro I will tell you in some time, and along with that we will also talk about welfare economics, which I have not listed here. So positive we are talking about, normative and welfare. Welfare is a combination of both. So you got the facts, and with the help of this fact you make a policy decision making, so to bring what? So to bring welfare. This is what we are trying to forge. These three economics are important for any country. It's not that you just only rely on positive economics or on the normative economics or on the welfare economics. All of them actually work in tandem, and that is how the society as a country will develop. So let us discuss in the slide way. Okay, all this we have done in our last class. Positive economics, what it is? Definition wise, you see, as I've already told you, studies fact, cause and effect relationship, and also in the cause and effect relationship only you will see the economic realities. We don't attach value judgments here. Means what does it mean, value judgments? Means how much a particular number will bring a positive change in the economy or in the society. We don't talk about it. We'll just talk about if this increases, what will happen to the consumption level. If government decreases the capital expenditure, then whether the private sector will increase the capital expenditure or not. Like that we'll talk about only numbers. So no value will be given to the judgments here. Basically it deals with what? Describing facts and finding out the cause and effect relationship. That gives us the economic realities, but we will not attach any value to it. Means what is the outcome, what is the performance, what is the social good. We will not talk about all of this when we are dealing with positive economics. Focus is basically economic phenomena only as they are. Inflation increases, what will happen? Repo rate increases, what will happen to the money flow? What will happen to the interest rate? If export decreases, then what will happen to the domestic production? So what decrease will happen? So basically here we will only talk about what? Economic phenomena, nothing but a normal universal phenomena that happens across the country. Okay, fine. Method is based on data, observation and scientific logic only. Key questions here are: what is the current inflation rate? How do prices changes when the supply falls? What is the current inflation rate? 6%. And if you want to do the analysis, you can do, because it is a part of positive economics only. How do prices changes when supply falls? Again, two variables are there. Okay, if the prices changes, like cost of production changes or raw material costs changes, what will happen to the supply? Whether supply will decrease or not. So we'll only talk about it, but we'll not talk about if the prices changes, supply falls, what impact it will have on the human development of the country, or what impact it will have on the income budget of the people. We'll not talk about it. So we will not talk about anything which is going towards what? Society in particular. Example, if the petrol price increase by 10%, demand will fall by 5%, because people will start using what? EV, or people start taking what? Mass transportation services. India's GDP grew by 6.3% in 2023. A very crude fact, that's all. Either you do the analysis or you do the comparative analysis, but it has to be in number. Does not really actually go into what, does not really go into what welfare it will bring to the society. It will not go into that area. That is called as what? Positive economics. I hope this is clear to you. Now we'll talk about normative economics. What ought to be means what do you want to see? What is the ideal state when you are using the resources? In economy, what is that goal that you want to achieve? What kind of society you want to build? All of these are a part of what? Normative economics. Here value judgments are important. Government, like present government says that we are fastest growing economy. The world average is less than 6% and India is hitting at 6% GDP growth rate. But many people are actually talking that whether this change is actually trickle down to the masses of the people. Then people are saying that inequality is increasing, hunger development index is even getting words, and human development index is also getting words. So it is not adding any value to the society. Okay, but here in normative economics, we will only talk about what? Value. Whether increase in GDP has led to any value addition in the standard of living of the people, or literacy level of the people, or health conditions of the people. So we'll talk about extension of what? Of the societal dimension output. Definition deals with opinions of people like us, values, and what our economy should be like, how our economy should be. If I ask you the same question, dear all students, tell me how the economy should be. Then you all say that, sir, it should be in such a way that we are able to afford our needs and wants. We should be able to achieve our aspirations. We should be able to give opportunities to actually realize our self-esteem and self-actualization. Okay, many people talk about many things. That's how you want our economy to be. And you may also say that, sir, we want to become the largest economy in the world. That is also fine. But that is how you are actually wanting the economy to be. So what is the ideal state? Is being ideal state of economy should be is being perceived in normative economics, also called as perspective economics, because it talks about the perceptions of the people, experts, and think tanks. Focus is make recommendations based on ethics. Suppose India's GDP is growing but does not actually translating into the well-being of the people. So it is a very ethical question or not? Yes, your father income is increasing, but you guys are not developing and you are not able to afford what? Good medication or good education. Then the increase in income has not translated any good to you, right? So it talks about the ethics also. Fairness and social welfare. Key questions generally in the normative economics, we generally ask ourselves, what should be the minimum age? This should, because this will transform the society. Should taxes on luxury goods should be increased? Yes or no kind of debates. Yes, it has to be. No, it should not be. Yes, it should be on the super rich. No, it should not be to the middle class. So basically here we are talking about the judgments and the perceptions with regard to taxes that should be there on the luxury good or not. What could be luxury for some people could not be a luxury for other people. Suppose AC is luxury for us, but AC is not at all a luxury for what? The people who are having what? Lot of money, right or wrong? Yes. So this kind of evaluation is being done when you're talking about normative economics. Okay, then we are having what examples? The minimum wage should be 20,000 per month to ensure what? Decent living standard. Talk about this. Talk about the social well-being. The government should subsidize solar power to fight what? Climate change. Okay, so a positive output is giving to the environment by using what? Solar power. So global warming and climate change, if you are trying to control, it means government investment is directed in such a way that it will bring lot of welfare in the people in the form of what? If global warming, climate change, negative impacts, sea level will rise, coastlines will get what? Submerged. Okay, it's not good for agriculture, glacial melting will happen, ocean acidification will happen, so on and so forth. But if government is taking steps towards what? Global warming and climate change, okay, to mitigate them, then obviously you will find a larger impact in our country on the masses. That is what we talk about. Okay, so here I have given what? A diagrammatic table with the help of which you will understand very clearly what is the difference between positive and normative economics. Now we are having the welfare economics, the father of welfare economics. All of us know this Amartya Sen. Okay, Nobel laureate also. Improving social well-being. Definition: a branch of normative economics only. Just now whatever we have learned focused on social welfare. Society should be well off and everyone should be getting what they deserve. Equitable distribution is nothing but if you're having more, then government will help you less. If you're having less, government will help you more. This is only called as equitable distribution of resources. That's why if the central government gets lots of taxes, Majority of the tax monies are used in what? Subsidies with regard to the food, with regard to the fertilizers, with regard to what? Oil, and with regard to what? Promoting loan facility to the agriculture, to the mudra scheme, etc., so and so forth. So much amount of money is being directed to the people who are actually not having it, and less amount of people money is being directed towards what? To the super rich. Okay, that is what we are talking about, equitable distribution. Objective is evaluate government policies in terms of their impact on the society well-being. If government do some investment with regard to aims or establishment of higher education institutions, so literally are we able to produce that kind of quality STEM workforce in our country which can promote innovation and research? So that is what we try to see, that whether the economic policies generally bring welfare in the society or not. Challenge: welfare cannot be measured like prices. It is subjective in nature and it takes a lot of time to measure the welfare. So a human resources like increase in skill levels in the population, if we want to measure, it is not a one month or 1 year we can do that. It takes a lot of time, whether we are our skill workforce we are having or not, whether it is increasing or not. So basically these qualitative changes are no very difficult to measure in a short term. They give a very important perspective in the long term. That is why we do census every 10 years, because 10 years is a very good amount of years where we can see a very good qualitative changes with regard to the family and the household. Example: policy A increases GDP by 5% but widens income inequality. So bad, right or wrong? This is not going to work out in the welfare economics. This is wrong. Policy B increases GDP by 3% but reduces poverty by 20%. This is what we want. Welfare economy policy supports B. Welfare economy policy supports B. I hope this is all clear to you. Okay, tomorrow and the next class we'll study about micro and macroeconomics. Then we'll also talk about types of economics. Make sure that you are part of this particular series and share to all of your friends. Do like, do subscribe, and do enroll in the courses and become very, very, very master with regard to the economics. Thank you. Take care.